Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news alright, folks. Today we're diving into some shocking news that's been making waves across the NFL and of course, right here in Atlanta. It's a story that could shake up the entire NFC South and significantly alter the Falcons' trajectory for the upcoming seasons. Yes, I'm talking about the recent development involving Kirk Cousins and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, before you jump to conclusions, I want you to stay with me because this isn't just about some random rumor. We're going to analyze what this could mean for the Falcons, for Cousins, and for the division as a whole. And trust me, this is a story that's still unfolding with plenty of twists ahead. So let's set the scene. Kirk Cousins, the veteran quarterback who's been a staple in the NFL for quite some time, was reportedly released by the Atlanta Falcons. That's right, folks. Just imagine the shockwaves this sends through the league. For months, there was speculation about what the Falcons might do with Cousins, especially after a season that had its ups and downs but showed that he still has plenty to offer. But now, it appears that the Falcons have decided to part ways. This move opens up a lot of questions. What's next for Kirk? Where will he land? And most importantly for Falcons fans, how does this impact the team's future plans at quarterback? Let's take a step back and look at the context. The Falcons have been in a bit of a quarterback limbo for a while now. They've experimented with different options, trying to find that perfect fit to lead them back to the playoffs, and hopefully to a Super Bowl. This offseason was supposed to be a critical one for Atlanta, with free agency starting on March 10th. The team was expected to be aggressive, looking for a quarterback who could step in and be the franchise guy. Could Kirk Cousins have been that guy? Well, that's what everyone was wondering. But now, with his release, it seems the Falcons might be taking a different route, perhaps looking elsewhere, maybe even drafting a young quarterback or signing someone unexpected. Now, let's talk about Cousins himself. Despite his reputation as a solid, reliable quarterback, he's also been caught in the crossfire of NFL politics and team strategies. The Falcons had control of Cousins for the next 3 seasons, which is a pretty significant commitment. But it appears that both sides saw this as a strategic move. Reports suggest that the Falcons have been very vocal about trying to keep Cousins as a backup, which signals they still value him, but perhaps not as their starting quarterback. Instead, they might be shifting gears, aiming for someone who fits a different profile, or maybe they're just trying to reset and build through the draft. This brings us to an interesting point. The NFL is a league of constant change, and the NFC South is no exception. The Saints, Buccaneers, and Panthers are all doing their own retooling, and the Falcons' decision to release Cousins could be a calculated move to create flexibility. It's important to remember that Cousins, even at his age, remains a highly capable quarterback. He's thrown for over 4.0 yards multiple times in his career and has a knack for reading defenses well. But perhaps the Falcons are looking for a different kind of leadership or a younger, more mobile option to fit their offensive scheme. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The Falcons, with their young core, including players like Drake London and Bijan Robinson, are building something special. They've shown flashes of brilliance on offense and have a solid foundation on defense. The question is, will they find that franchise quarterback this offseason? Will they draft a promising prospect and develop him, or will they pursue a veteran free agent who can step in immediately? The release of Cousins suggests they might be leaning towards the latter, or at least exploring all options. Now, it's also worth mentioning that this move could have ripple effects across the NFC South. The division has been competitive, with teams like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and New Orleans Saints looking to make big moves. If the Falcons decide to go in a different direction at quarterback, it could shift the balance of power. For instance, if they sign a younger quarterback with high upside, they might become immediate contenders, especially with their talented roster and coaching staff led by Arthur Smith. On the other hand, if they struggle to find stability at the position, it could give their division rivals an opening to capitalize. Looking ahead, the upcoming NFL draft and free agency period are shaping up to be critical moments for the Falcons. They might target a top-tier quarterback prospect or look for a veteran to fill that gap. The fact that they've already moved on from Cousins suggests they're not willing to wait long. They want to build a team capable of competing in the near future, and that requires making bold decisions now. The NFL's landscape is always shifting, and the Falcons are clearly adjusting their sails accordingly. Now, let's talk about the implications for Kirk Cousins himself. Even though he's no longer with Atlanta, he remains a valuable quarterback in the league. His experience, leadership, and statistical production make him a desirable option for many teams in need of a reliable signal caller. Rumors will swirl about where he could land next, perhaps a team looking for a bridge quarterback or a veteran presence to mentor a younger guy. The NFL's quarterback carousel is always spinning, and Cousins' name will certainly be among those tossed around. But for Falcons fans, the focus right now should be on what's next for their team. With this unexpected move, the franchise is signaling that they're willing to make tough decisions to position themselves for success. It's a bold step, and it's clear that Arthur Smith and the front office are looking to reshape the quarterback situation to better fit their long-term vision. Whether that means drafting a new star or signing a veteran free agent, the coming weeks will be critical. The NFL free agency period kicks off soon, and the Falcons will surely be active in exploring their options. And let's not forget the fans. This is what makes the NFL so exciting: the constant drama, the strategic moves, the hopes and dreams of a Super Bowl run. The Falcons have been building steadily, and this move, as surprising as it may seem, is part of their bigger plan. They've shown resilience and adaptability, traits that are crucial in a league where only the strongest survive. In conclusion, the release of Kirk Cousins by the Atlanta Falcons marks a turning point in their offseason narrative. It's a move that sends ripples across the NFC South and could define their future direction. Whether they'll go for a young quarterback with high potential or bring in a seasoned veteran remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, the Falcons are not standing still. They are actively shaping their destiny, and as fans, we should be excited to see what they do next. The NFL is always unpredictable, and this move only adds to the drama and anticipation. So stay tuned because the best is yet to come for Atlanta. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this whole situation? Do you think the Falcons made the right move by releasing Cousins? Are you excited about the prospects of drafting a new quarterback or signing a veteran? Drop your thoughts in the comments below because your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. Do you think this shift will bring them closer to that elusive Super Bowl? I want to know what's on your mind. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. As always, thank you for being part of this community, and let's keep the passion for our team alive. Go Falcons!